Hey everybody, it's Lisa, and this is Living Life with Lisa, and the purpose of this channel is to talk about how we live life to the fullest and with chronic illness. And I personally have been diagnosed with MTHFR, which is a gene mutation. I personally have 2 copies, which means that my mother carried a mutation and my father carried a mutation, and I got both the mutations. So, and the MTHFR has to do with processing vitamins and folic acid and the things that folic acid is supposed to do, but ours do not break down folic acid, and I don't want to get into it because it's really complicated and I don't quite understand it all enough to explain it to you. But I've had people that watch my videos ask questions about what it is. That's the best way that I can explain it. I don't break down B12. I don't break down the B's. And my body does not accept the D's. So I have to take them in supplement forms and already broken down. I'm in line now to get my methylfolate tablets that I take instead of folic, because I can't. It helps everything work, because folic acid does not. Folic acid becomes kind of toxic, and that's in everything. So, and it makes me ill when I eat it. Then I've also been diagnosed recently with early onset dementia. I started out with mild cognitive impairment. Excuse me. That was diagnosed in 2014, and it has progressed over into dementia. I will say, mild cognitive impairment does not always lead into dementia. So please, if you have mild cognitive impairment, do not freak out. It's not it's not 100% gonna happen thing. I am right on borderline. I fluctuate between mild cognitive and dementia. Good days I'm mild, bad days I'm dementia. Good days I'm mild, dementia, mild, dementia. So we talk about it all. We talk about cognitive impairment. We talk about dementia and those problems. Sometimes I talk about the MTHFR. And we're just talking about having a chronic illness, because it doesn't have to be limited to that. You don't have to have the things I have to understand the things I'm saying, because a lot of these things go across the board, whether you have RA or MS, Parkinson's, and many other things. This channel is for you. And I also am doing this so that my boys can watch these later on and see how I used to be. Okay, I just picked up medicine for my MTHFR. It's methylfolate, and we need it to make everything work, to break down vitamins and things like that, and the things that we eat. I'm doing a little sidetrack with the MTHFR, and I'm going to try to show you what the thing looks like without you seeing my name and my address. And so, I don't know if you can see that. Right, yeah, it's got backwards in it. I don't know how to fix that, but it's methylfolate. It is not folic acid. It's methylfolate, and I paid 80 something. I paid $87.38 for it, and insurance paid $45.01, excuse me. Insurance paid $45.01, and I paid $87.38 for a total of $132.39 for a 30-day supply of this methylfolate, that if I don't have it, I become, I guess for lack of a better phrase, malnourished, and like my grandmother who died when hers kicked in, malnutrition, and it wasn't because she wasn't eating. It was because it doesn't matter when you have MTHFR. You just kind of eat to eat. The vitamins and the minerals do not break down properly and don't kick into gear and do what they need to do. For those of you that have MTHFR, if you want to comment and help me explain this, please do so, because I know I'm doing a really poor job of it. But they don't break down. This methylfolate replaces the folic acid and helps me to break down those things that need to be broken down, those vitamins, and helps my body to absorb them. If I didn't take the methylfolate, I would be in really bad shape, and I would be getting worse, and I need it to at least stay solid. And I'm not telling you this because I'm wigged out about the price. I got the money to pay for it. It's not that at all. But I just want to show you that how I get this from my Western doctor, and he gets it. But how insurance companies don't get it, how most people don't get it. As far as the medical community, I don't expect Joe Blow down the road to get it, but I expect my doctor to look into it, especially now that it is listed as a diagnosis. Last time I was in the hospital and told my MTHFR, they started typing it in and it popped up automatically with the code and everything. So it's now a legitimate diagnosis, which it was not a year ago. So we're getting there. But until people start taking MTHFR seriously in all medical communities, not just homeopathic communities, and not just like 3 doctors that specialize in the whole country, but really take it seriously, people are going to have problems. A boatload of problems. There is a YouTube video I did earlier that had a list of things that it could cause. I'll try to put a card in. Can't promise. I forget these things when I do these videos. But MTHFR also causes or leads to Alzheimer's disease. I have not been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. I've been diagnosed with dementia, but dementia is a big umbrella. Alzheimer's a kind of dementia. Lewy body's a kind of dementia. You know, there's different kinds of dementia, and the word dementia is just a big umbrella term that covers everything. So mine's unspecified right now. I don't know if they'll specify it or not. I don't really care one way or the other if they do. But my mutation leads to that. My grandmother had Parkinson's disease, which is also can be caused by this mutation, and she had Parkinson's disease, and at one point towards the end of her life, she died when she was 67. She thought that she was in a covered wagon going with her parents, and she was 13 years old, going to Arkansas. Well, she probably rode in a covered wagon, no doubt, when she was 13 years old, but she was born in Arkansas, so she never actually and she was 67 years old. She wasn't 13 with her parents in a covered wagon. She was in a hospital bed. So I believe a lot of the things that my grandmother went through, and a lot of things I went through. I had the thyroid issue because of this. I had the infertility because of this. Yes, I have kids, but I did not get them the natural way. And I have, I believe that the dementia is caused by the MTHFR gene. But I hope that this helps answer some questions. It's not, I'm going to watch it to see if it's even worth posting. I may post it anyway, because this is the first attempt I made at explaining what MTHFR is, and I know I didn't do it justice, because it's so hard to explain. But you know, like in the regular people that don't have it, you know, you do the folic acid and it breaks down and it goes through all these processes and helps to absorb and sends everything to where it needs to be, all your vitamins, and you know, takes it out of your food and breaks it, and it gets, well, the folate comes in, we don't break it down, that cycle doesn't happen, the vitamins don't get distributed, and everything just kind of sits there. The methylfolate that I take goes in, it's like folic acid's already been chewed, I like to say. It gets that process going so that everything goes around and does its thing, and the vitamins get where they need to be. And that is why I take the methylfolate. I give myself methylfolate, or metho something, B12, because it's already broken down. My body doesn't have to break it down. I also take D, that is already broken down, so my body doesn't have to break it down. I take a supplement that is a, how do I say? It's a supplement that is like a multivitamin of the vitamins I need that are already chewed, so to speak, already broken down, and so I can take it and then get those vitamins. They have made a world of difference in my functioning and my health. If you go back to the beginning and look at some of these early videos I did that I put up, showing what it was like right after it all hit the fan, you can see a big difference in how I was pre. I've got one video that shows me pre all this stuff, pre stroke, pre cognitive impairment, pre MTHFR going crazy, all that before that. And then boom, the day my life changed, March 7th 2013. I couldn't remember how to use the camera, and so in June of that year I got the camera out and I videotaped myself, and it's hard for me to watch to see how bad it was. But getting on those vitamins have brought me from that point to this point. Yes, for those of you who go, well, you know what, you got dementia. Yes, I do. But I'm still functioning. Okay, I can walk, I can talk, I'm not dead. And so, with all that being said, in 2013 I was told to make my arrangements, and so I made my arrangements, and then I went to see a naturopath and got the mutation diagnosed and handled. Yes, I have dementia, but at the same time, I am getting around better than I was 5 years ago. I'm not in a wheelchair. I'm saying a lot, which I spent many years teaching my children and students not to say that, to think before you speak. This has all happened since I started having TIAs and things. And it's just part of me now. So, sorry if it bothers you. It probably bothers me a lot more than it bothers you. That's just the way it goes now. But that kind of explains the MTHFR mutation. To those of you that weren't quite understanding what I was talking about when I put it on there. Those of you that know about it and can explain it better, there are tons of people that get this so much better than I do. At least can explain it in plain English much better than I can. There are people on YouTube that will tell you that it's no big deal. Baloney, don't believe them. It is a big deal. I test doctors that way. I say, I said, do you know about MTHFR? Oh yeah. Yeah, I know about it. I know all about it. And then they say, I say to them, so should I continue to take my folic acid? Sure. And then I thank them and I leave and I don't go back, because if you have MTHFR and it's active, and especially if you got 2 copies like I do, you don't go anywhere near folic acid, let alone take a supplement for it. Good grief. You know, can I continue to take my arsenic? Yeah. Right. Okay. So, that's just my little test to doctors. The answer is no. By the way. So, anyway, this video has been all over the place. So I'm going to edit it. I'm going to put it up. Who knows what I'm going to title it. I don't know. Should be something like The Train Left the Track or something. But anyway, I hope this was helpful. I'm trying to be helpful. That's my goal. I guess you're going to get some of these videos on days that I'm just goofy as all get out. I just up my medicine. It makes me weird for a couple days, but this is I'm on the full dosage now, so I get past the next couple days of being weird, and then I can get back to normal. So deal with me being weird for a while. This medicine figures out what it's doing, and we'll get back with you. Remember, live life to the fullest, live life with no regrets, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.